Welcome everyone to Evony Throne Time with Viri from Server 360. Wow is about the only word that comes to mind with Evony's new upgrade. It was a massive one. I thought the last one was great. This one is even greater with introducing the new level 40s and T15s. Unfortunately, for quite some time, I will not be able to show you that. That is an expensive proposition to boost what I have that high. And for me personally, I'm just not willing to commit that kind of capital to upgrading that far. But I'm sure there are other videos out there where you can see all the in-depth goodies from someone that has created a K40 with level 15s. Today, the main focus for me to discuss is when you get to a higher level with your Monarch. Okay, so I was a 35 and now I'm a 37. The only way I became a Monarch 37 was to go to my items, and I don't know if I have any of these right now because I've used every single one, but is to come down here to your Monarch. These are all generals, I believe, so I don't here we go. Nope, spiritual beast. Anyways, somewhere in here is Monarch. Okay, I used to have tons and tons of 5,000 EXP Monarch points or boxes to use. I have none now because I've used everything. But I do have a couple left here that I can show you once we use those. It probably will not change my Monarch status just for the fact that I am only at close to 72% to reach the next level 38 Monarch. But what I do want to touch base on today is not only do you get the level 37 Monarch by using any EXP that you have or whatever you can increase past 35, it's important to note that in your generals, now that you're a higher Monarch, you can now create higher generals. And it's important to do that because now they will have more power when you do that. I'm just going to scroll down here to at least one of the generals I've already done. And here we go. Level 37 Scipio, level 37 Alfred, and level 37 Roland, and level 37 Tran. I think I only did 4. Oh, Athelflaed is not quite there yet, but she will become 37 as well very soon. And I think I did Dimitri. Dimitri is a reinforcing general, basically traps and things like that. But what does that mean to you? Scipio here was at I want to say 5.613 or 5.98 or something like that. He was a lot lower. So I went in and started doing the sub-general exercise. And if you haven't caught that video yet, go to my list of videos and you'll see the sub-gen exercise and how to do that effectively to level up your generals. Very easy trick. And with time, you'll have all of your generals capped out at their max. For level 37, it takes 123 million to reach its max. So one of the things you need to keep in mind is when you're going through the general sub exercise, when you make your presets for the ones that you want to general or level up, and you go to select the general or your preset to attack, it's going to show a number. I can't show you now because I'm not doing the exercise, but it's going to show what level you're at. A common mistake many people make when they're leveling up their generals is when they're going to select the preset and they can see what level he is at, as soon as they see the max level, they stop. And when you stop, it's going to show this last bar here that you have not completed. Okay, by completing this last bar will complete the entire level you're trying to get him to. So when you see his level come up as you're attacking, or selecting that preset and it says level 37 in this example, you don't want to just assume that he's maxed out because you still have all of level 37 to complete your general exercise leveling up. So very important. A lot of people don't know you can level your subs once you're up to your max monarch level. Okay, and in this case, I am a 37. So that's an important thing to remember. Make sure you max out everything you can with your generals. It takes time. I didn't discover this until yesterday when I thought about it. We had a group of people leveling up on a sub, and I thought, wait a minute. I remember back that I could level these up further once I'm a higher monarch. So all this is new and Greek to everyone. There's going to be a lot of videos, which you've probably seen already, on every aspect of the new upgrade. I'm just going to go over a couple of them today that make sense to me and what I know of them. Let me clear out a couple of these things. I do want to keep these rallies continued. Give me just a moment. So since we're on the map, you're going to see a lot of new things too. You're going to have level 15 resources. You're going to have up to level 40 of the small monsters. And you'll have up to level 17 of the big bosses. You do need power for that. I know we attempted a rally yesterday on a level 16 and we're unsuccessful. Another alliance did the same thing. They brought some people over from another alliance that had T14s. They still lost a lot, but they did win the battle against the B16, which gives you first-time rewards and everything else. But it's until you really reach a maximum level or close enough to it, or you have a lot of people in your alliance that can join the rally with big troops, not just one by one general and one horse. Then you're really not going to improve your standings or improve anything in the game because of the resources it takes and the speed ups it takes to heal your troops. And at this level with T14s or above, it takes a lot of those. And so you don't want to, deplete your stash of those items. So let me just quickly get one of these bosses going. We'll do another 3. And that's a new one too. Whoops, I think we did that one already. Senior Bayer 3. I love Bayers. Those are my favorite bosses just because they give lots of material. Typically. Let's create this. And I'm using 1 hour buffs. All 4 buffs. March, HP, defense, and troops. I need that, and I'm still getting about 8,000 or 9,000. We'll go into a report here so you can see firsthand what that report looks like. There we go. So right here, the material chests, I'm really searching for those and these resource chests as well. We need as many resources as possible, but the purple chest or the material chests are what I'm after. I'm getting 8,638 wounded. So I am taking the brunt of the fall each attack we do. Let's go to another one. I think I had a better report down here. There we go. Only 3 material chests there. Let's see, there seemed to be another one that I had a lot more. But nonetheless, 20 chests, 6 purple. I think I had one that had 12, but materials is what I'm grasping for the most. Right now, I'm trying to get my boot material, my Plantagenet boot material, so I can complete that gear. And where you find that gear is in the Wonder. Now, a lot of things have changed with the Wonder and the Dragon area and things like that. So you'll want to, tool around your keep to see where things have gone. All right, so the Plantagenet gear, the boots. As you see, it takes 50 of each of these resources. I'm not quite there yet. And I tell you, I don't like producing them because it's expensive to produce them. So I just try to look every once in a while how many I've accumulated and just compose as I go to try to reach that 50. I only have 9 more to go. But once that's done, you can see there are some decent buffs on these boots, which I'm looking forward to. Now, the question I have, and maybe some of you can shoot this back to me. I'm not an expert in this game, but I'm assuming you would want Plantagenet boots. fully fully outfitted on your archer general. But the one thing I'm looking at is marching mounted troop attack. Gosh, you could turn around and switch these boots along with the march speed there. You could switch these boots to your boss general. Okay, imagine how much you would get from that marching mounted troop attack. Now, more than likely, you're going to refine these into an archer refinements for the gear. However, I think they would, you're definitely getting this basic attribute buff of plus 25% for your boss general. So something to think about, something to chew on. Maybe give me some feedback from you experienced players out there. Send me a message or shoot me an email at viribus007@gmail.com and give me your ideas and what you think. I'm certainly like to take advantage of anything that will help improve any of my attacks. Because I don't have these yet and I can't test them, I'd like to know your feedback. Okay, so what do we have? We're going to start with the Monarch. What new things do we have? Look at this. We have, I like to call this my resume. Okay, and in your resume, you can select specific emblems that you've completed through your career. Okay, so that's why I call it a resume. You have the Fame tab, you have Career, okay, things that you can choose from there, and then you have Civilization Equipment. So once they have Plantagenet complete, they'll move on to another one, etc., to fill the 4 types of generals you have out there as far as ground, archer, cavalry, and siege. But that's a long ways away at this point. And this is just so you newbies know, or any experienced players know, this is an expensive venture. I can tell you that for a fact. It's going to cost you real money if you want to obtain any of these gear sets. Okay, but in this emblem list, you can basically post whatever accomplishments you have already up to that board that you saw. All right. Right here. And this does show to anyone who looks at your Monarch. You may be hiding this gear up here, but this right here will show to an enemy or a friend, whoever is looking at your Monarch. It will show. I did test that out already. So that's kind of a cool feature. The next thing we have is talent. Talent is going to go even further now. I'm at level 37. I'm maxed out. Until I reach K40 to get these, I can't do anything else. Okay, so you're going to want to remember to put this on, especially on, I don't think I've done it on this one. Yeah, so I have one more to do here. We're just going to do that. We're going to max it out and hit OK. All right, because this is my second gear for peacetime, I have all this set to where I can do different things in my keep and my subsidy and resource gathering, things like that. But this is the one that I use for PvP. So don't forget to do that for any level 35s that have gone up on 1 or 2 notches. Make sure you set that talent. The next thing I'll go to is Fame. Now this is a very complex and in-depth section. These are accomplishments that you have made and are going to make. Evony has done lots and lots of R&D on in this area. I know that just for the fact that when you open up one section, it is very complex. Has lots of things that you have to go through to complete. A lot of these things that you have already completed will show up in this area. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can show you. I've opened everything, but it will have a gold bordered box around the things that you need to go into and complete. And you'll click that once, twice, however many times, however many things are in there. You'll just keep hitting complete until that's done. And then this little bar here will start raising up like it does in any of the other event sections until you get an open a chest here that you can open. And you'll do that for every single one. As you complete things and get close to finishing, you'll want to, definitely check those, like here, Alliance donations. I am one of the biggest Alliance donators out there. I have done this probably 10 times over in the past, and now they bring it out. And what I find funny is that a lot of the things that I've completed, Evony has already given me those things, but some of these other things that I've completed, they didn't. So I imagine there's more to that story. Nonetheless, here in the domination area, you have upgrade keep to level 40. All these that will go to level 40. Complete 600 activity quests. Buy 200 items from the black market. This stuff gets expensive, as you know, for those that visit all of these places. Spinning the wheel for 5,000 times. Well, if you're hitting it 10 times, 10 spins at one time, that's 50 times, or excuse me, 500 times. You have to click that. And do you have enough in there to complete this? It's going to take some time, is what I'm getting at for all of these. So you're going to want to tool through those. And if I go back, that's the only bad part about this, is once you click into one of these sections, so we'll do this again, I can't go back. There's no way for me to go to back to the section I was just in. Oh, there we go. I just answered my own question. I didn't see that arrow and did it. So there we go. I'm back to that list. Disregard my last comment. Leadership. Own 4 maxed specialty generals. That's I have 3 of 4. I need 1 more, I guess. And that is an expensive venture too. So what they're talking about here is when you go into your general and you hit specialties, they need to be completely maxed. And I can tell you that the last box that you need to max, it takes a while. Unless you have money that you're going to throw at the game, it takes a while. You don't get the rune stones as much as you don't get that last rune stone as much as you do with the other ones, levels 1, 2, and 3. So this is again another challenge among many that you have to compete here with yourself for. I scroll down to the bottom. I have all of these completed. Feed dragons for 200 times. Well, I've fed my dragons. I can't tell you. I've got 4 maxed out level 10 dragons. Why did Evony not give me that? I feel it's a bit unfair with their new accomplishments and how you have to succeed. And it's going to be a long while before I get a new dragon. Here, 5 dragons. I have 4 of 5. Now, they did give me the 4 of 5 because that is a hard number that's already set in stone. But again, here we have, Nidhogg and the Amaterasu dragon. You have to perform in Battlefield really well, and our server is just not in that league yet to be able to compete. So it's a bit unfair. They didn't give me the refined dragons for 300 times. I refined my dragons tons. Nonetheless, this is the new list. Let me just go back to leadership, and then you have smite. This one here, you're going to. What I find funny is next week when Vikings start, we always do hard. I'm curious if once we do hard, if these 2 easy and normal level will fill in or not, because we're doing the hards. I'm thinking it won't. So for 2 more weeks after we do the hards, we have to go into each of these, and so we don't get the same rewards as we would as typically doing the hard Vikings. But we'll see about that. A lot of huge. Now this upgrade, you see these big numbers. Kill a level 4 warlord 1,000 times, level 4 turtle 1,000, level 4 golem 1,000. This upgrade, in my opinion, was designed to go for months at a time until Evony puts another large upgrade out, and maybe even a year or more at a time. This is a lot of work to do if you don't have someone in your alliance or yourself. You don't have the T14s to kill these cleanly. And again, how many level 4 warlords come up on a map at one time that you can successfully kill without another alliance getting it first, and through the short duration that the warlords are available. So this upgrade was designed to go over several months at a time. As we scroll through here, senior bayers, since it started, I've only done 4. I'm going to hop on those once we get offline here. FAFs, we got 6 of those. So a lot of accomplishments you have to go through, but again, it's a long ways before we see another upgrade like that. Oops, and I just went to the wrong one. Okay, war. War is a cool one. Here's another one. Be the king of the server. I've already been the king of the server. Why aren't they applying that to my fame here? I'm not sure. I was the 2nd or 3rd king in our, or maybe longer than that. But I once we started SVS Wars, I became king because I got the Ares upgrade from Server War. Why is that applied? Be the conqueror. I've been the conqueror twice. Why has that not been applied? Killed 10 million level 7 or above troops. I've done way more than that. Why not? Scout for 1,000 times. See, all these things here, I'm not sure why they just reset you on some items but give you the others. That's an Evony question that will probably never be answered. Scoring Constantinople, Gaugamela, Portal Occupier. Many who have been playing for many months or years have already done this. So it's another way that Evony wants you to spend more money. Okay, so it kind of gives you an understanding of this section of fame. Lots of different events and things that you need to obtain to get these. Log in for 50 days. How many days? I've been in here 14, 15 months now. I've done that several times over. Nameplates. This is one. Maybe you viewers can reach out to me. I'm not really sure how to own a permanent nameplate. I'm not even sure what a nameplate is. So if anyone has an idea, send me a message or send me an email. Again, veribus007@gmail.com. You can reach me directly and have a quicker response. Otherwise, just shoot me a message on the channel. So this is kind of a cool area. Lots of things you can go through. I won't go through every little one here. All right. So the next one, the wonder has changed. So you're not going to see your wonder dragons here. That's going to be in another area. But civilization treasure, this is another new one. This is similar to your art hall, in my opinion, just set up differently. But you can get these treasures in the black market, and I'm assuming you can get some of these treasures from boss kills. I haven't really noticed yet, but I went in and purchased a couple of black market items yesterday and got a couple of boxes, and here they are. They showed up here. So once you reach a certain, level 300 of this particular Globus Cruciger, you're going to activate these buffs, okay? And so it says level 1. I imagine there's going to be a level 2 and level 3, and et cetera, once you have reached the max. It gives you a little bit of history on this thing that Evony has so kindly offered. And there we go. So you'll go through and you'll obtain as many as you can to reach the specified goal that Evony has placed here. And you're going to get these buffs, which is kind of nice. All right. I don't believe there's anything else there that I want to see. The other thing, the layout of your keep has almost not completely changed, but has spread out a lot more, which is kind of nice. It was a little cramped in the keep. They left room for other things to come eventually for further upgrades. This is an area unlocked at keep level 38. I'm anxious to see what it is. I haven't viewed other people's videos online yet to know what that might be. I'll probably do that in the next day or so just to find out, what's the goodie there. They have added your victory column, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go into ranking, okay? And this is where you're going to see. It's just like the button here, ranking. and you're going to go in and see your rankings. So they added that special feature here to look at. And then you have a glory achievement. Glory achievement. This is, boy, how can I explain this one? I haven't delved in deep enough yet. The only way to unlock this victory column, though, we'll start with, is to get your Holy Palace to 35. Okay, I have a ways to go, so I've got some either money to spend or lots of boss rallies to go through. So as you can see here, Holy Palace 35, you need to own 2 of the 5.8 mil and above generals at the same time in order to also open it. And you can see the resources required to open that are quite large. This is similar to, getting a K35 in some cases, or a K34 building. So nothing comes cheap from here on out. So that is that's going to be your victory column. Let's see, there was another, was there something else? I don't recall. Oh yes, one other item here. Look, and we have a fancy dragon flying around inside our keep now. It's just a little visual effect that Evony decided to add. This is your bunker. So the bunker is kind of cool. I wish after looking into it, it doesn't do as many as I would like to. But if you go into bunker and you build this up, you're going to be able to hide troops. Okay, similar to ghosting. You're going to be able to hide specific troops that you want in the keep, and they'll be protected from any attacks and things like that. Similar to your warehouse, you have so many resources that can be stored there. Depending on your research, somebody cannot take all of those goodies from you. Well, same thing as this. Your bunker level, if you reach, see, currently I'm at a 28, I think. Yeah, so I can store 166,000 troops in there right now. Doesn't matter. I can choose any troops I want. Level 1, level 14, 15 if I had them. Doesn't matter. I can store any amount of troops in there. So it's another ghosting feature that Evony has added, but without setting, not taking away one of your marches. So if you have 5 marches, you don't have to use a separate march to hide some troops. Now, again, the higher you can get this bunker, the better you are. I'd like, if I could get to level 36 or 37, that would be great, because that to me is like one full march right here. One full march of cavalry. I don't have to use the preset for. Now I can use my preset for another type of march that I want to send out without having only 4 marches. I still remain to have 5. So kind of a cool feature. And then you can select the duration. Okay, so if I click this and I hit bunker, you can choose your troops. You can set the duration of those troops being protected in your keep for 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever it may be. So let's just do this. And we can hit confirm if we want. In fact, I haven't done this yet. Let me just hit confirm. There we go. So I'm protecting them. Now, if I cancel it, confirm, the troops are back out. So you can put those troops in there for a very long time. This is particularly good during SVS. If you're playing KE, then why put them in here? Just send them to a resource spot. I mean, yes, you're using a march, but at least you're gaining some added value there with resources or the Alliance Mine or a relic. There's no reason to use this, in my opinion, during KE. But nonetheless, maybe for you smaller players it is. I'm not sure. I haven't really delved into that too deep, but my first impression is you would just use that during SVS. Unless you wanted to hide some troops. If you were a lower, now thinking about this, if you were a lower keep, maybe you're a level 26 or 28 or 30 or whatever, and you don't have enough marches to ghost all of your troops, maybe you can hide them in there. So you've ghosted everything. You've hidden some troops now. I wonder if you do a scout on somebody, if you can see on the scout report whether or not the person is hiding troops. So this is going to be very important because especially during KE or SVS, if you have someone hiding or ghosting troops now, If it's easy and non-risky enough for someone to force port you, hit you 10 times or so, force port you, and then do a search warrant to find you, those ghosted troops, once you're force ported, go back into your keep. And if you're not online, then you are going to get zeroed very quickly. I'm curious what happens with the scout report. If the scout report will show how many troops you have hidden in the bunker. So another good question. Oh, and I forgot. We need to assign a duty guide to this guy too, which will help. Okay, so lots of new things with Evony. It's really surprising how big of an upgrade this was. I will say, for the record, the amount of time and expense it has taken Evony to do this nice upgrade, I wish they will invest the time and the money into customer support. I can tell you firsthand, Final Fantasy creators, they have the best support out there. You get a hold of them, they are responding. Evony is completely opposite. It's like you have high school kids answering your questions 5 days later and then asking for all the proof in the world just to let them know, and you're basically doing their job on giving them the proof that something happened. Okay, well, that's, in my opinion, not the best. I don't mean to give you bad props here, Evony. Your game is great. I love it. But you totally suck at customer support. And let that be known, because everyone knows who has tried to get a hold of you. You are non-responsive and you give vague answers, and most of the time it's not to the player's advantage, even though we know from our side you have some issues and something bad has happened, whether it was a bubble drop because of your game, or the Wi-Fi signal, the red Wi-Fi signal that comes up when you're trying to do something, and you get zeroed or attacked because your game is not 100% yet. So please work on that, Evony. Now that you have this nice, beautiful, big upgrade, please work on your customer support. That will be beneficial to all players, including your game and your monetary intake, if you get that corrected. Anyways, I'm done going on about that subject. Let's look at Dawn of Civilization. We've had this for a few weeks now. It comes back every other week or so. Same thing. You're going to go through and do the quests. And let's see. The more you can get, the better for you to finish the list. So on this side, you'll get the rewards as you go through the challenges. And you'll click to put a green check mark in the ones you complete. Now, some of you new players out there are asking, why are these locked? Why aren't these available for me to click? It's because we need to unlock them. And you will unlock them by paying a price. You can purchase now for $20, unlocks everything, or you purchase for $5 and get some less things here. Okay. Each of the, I think 2 or 3 times now, I've done the 20 just because I want everything that's available to me. But it's going to depend on your budget, and I always recommend don't spend more money than what you have or what you're willing to risk. This is a game of, and like you're gambling, going to a casino, you never take more money than what you can afford to lose. So I strongly suggest you keep this game within your budget. But once you complete everything, you'll get up to 50 levels here, and you get lots of goodies. I'm hoping that Evony puts in a dragon, or puts in a higher keep, or some other benefit that supports getting more people to finish this or spend money. The things that we have here now, this is probably the one. You get the March effect from getting to this level. But, big deal. Some of us that already have received these March effects, we're looking for something bigger. So if it costs us a little bit more money, talk about it, and let's get to it and add it in there. But the keep sizes and the special buffs you can get from keeps, that's what we want to see more of, without spending, $1,500 to $2,000 on your other things to get. All right. Let's see. I probably will miss something. I don't think there's anything else in the keep that I can inform you on. But it is kind of fun to see all these, new items in here, especially when a game does such a big upgrade like that. One thing. Now you are missing the research button from your list here, your 3-dot list. That you will need to go directly to your not your research factory, your academy, and hit research to go back in and do whatever research is needed. So that button is missing now from your main items list. Active skill. Okay, I didn't go through this yet. Active skill is let's see, where was that at? Under your dragons, I believe. That's one I missed. Back here behind your keep. Where is it? My apologies. I found this earlier, but now I don't. Oh, way up here on the dragon cliff. Okay. So, Sacred Dragon. There's a new talent here, okay? Which is kind of nice because you're going to get buffs from this. You have to get these talent, what do you call them? Talent gems? I'm not really sure yet. I haven't found these. I'm sure. I think these are given away during battlefields. So it's encouraging you to play Battlefield BOC, Battle of Constantinople, or Battle of BOG, Battle of Gaugamela, and I think probably Battle of Chalons, or Battle of Chalons. Don't know how that's pronunciated yet, but Battle of Chalons is the way I enjoy saying it. But you're going to get a talent awakening as long as you can get these prerequisites down here. Your first level, you will open that up and get these buffs. Now you have a choice here. Okay, you can choose any one of these three. I don't think there's no more, and I really don't know what level these will go to yet. It could be up to level 10, like your standard. Feeding the dragon to get to level 10 Norway, or it could be level 5. I don't know yet. I haven't seen any information on what level these will actually get to, but it's kind of a nice little feature adding on to get some stronger dragons here, whatever you choose. Marching ground, troop HP, enemy ground, troop HP. You can do some, all troops attack or 6%, reduces all troop defense, minus 4%. It's really up to you. I kind of like this first one because we have the attack and the HP. That's what I gear mine for, is more attack than anything because I'm typically attacking. But it's really up to you what you decide to choose what's best for you. Nonetheless, I think that's the last one I'm going to show you today, but lots of new goodies in here. Make sure you explore your own city as deep as you can to find out what to do for new challenges and quests and upgrading. The biggest thing I wanted to convey today was under your monarch. If you are able to get above 35, whether it's 36 to 40, make sure you go to your generals and do the sub-general exercise. Again, that's a sub-city general exercise in one of my other videos. Get those generals up to your highest maximum capacity. In my case, it's 37, and you'll find that you have a stronger general. And I'll just take a peek one last time at that. We'll go to, let's say, Alfred. I like my Alfred. I like my Scipio. Very proud of them, even though they're not completely maxed with refines and such. All right, so Alfred, he's a level 37, but look at this, over 6 million power. I do have plant gear on the ring and the weapon, soon to be boots. But as you can see here, under those, it's very hard to get. There are lots of people in the high 20% range on both of these. It's very expensive though. It's $8,000 per refine if you're only refining one thing at a time. In my case, that's the way I do it. So if I hit refine, you can see I'm going to basically lock these out, and I want to refine the lowest one. Oh, it's 10,000. Excuse me. I thought it was 8,000, but it's 10,000. Plus, it's going to cost you a lot of gold and refining stones. So keep that in mind when you're going through this. It gets very, very expensive. I think the ring was less. I could be wrong, but let's look at that anyways. So if I click these off, that's where the 8,000 was. So your ring has cost you less money than it would for the weapon. Okay, well, that does it for me, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you have a little better insight on what's going on inside your new keep. If I did not touch on something that you really want to know, reach out to me an email or check out one of the other players' videos. Lots of them out there regarding the new stuff. And like I always say, live life first, play Evony second, and I will see you on the battlefield.